Good afternoon from Florida, survivors, and welcome to another episode of Qigong with Kevin, sponsored by Aortic Hope. Fantastic job Aortic Hope does in bringing resources to us as aortic survivors and other survivors too. So, welcome today. Make sure that your doctor's okay with you doing Qigong. We're going to do some really gentle Qigong today that focuses on our heart and on our hips and just have fun working our body and moving some Qi. So find a comfortable spot and let's move some Qi. So, first thing we're going to do is find our structure. Our feet should be shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and let's relax and open our joints. Start with the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the waist, the back, the spine, the shoulders, elbows, fingers, and just relax. Make sure we don't have any stagnation or stiff, locked up joints. Relax, open our joints, and sink our breath into our lower abdomen. Lower Dantian breathing, belly breathing, sink our breath down there. We're going to move today with intent, not force. Force nothing. Have intent on all of our movements. Now, let's touch the tip of our tongue to the roof of our mouth and find our central channel straighten, connecting our byway point on top of our head to the cosmos and our weigh in point down into the earth. That central channel is straight. So earth and sky can fire and water, yin and yang, can balance out. So let's stand here. And the first thing we're going to do is warm up a little bit. Let's start by doing some knocking on the door of life. We've done this many times. Start turning from the waist and let our arms just hang like spaghetti. Let them knock over our Sia Chi in the front and the Mingmen in the back. You can step out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart if it feels good. Sometimes I like to do that. And let all the motion move from the hips. Belly breathing, arms tapping over the Sia Chi in the front and over the Mingmen, our kidney area in the back. Good. Let's put a little bit of hip motion in it as we turn. Move those hips as it feels good. Just ever so slightly. Loosen those hips up. You know, our central power core is found right below our umbilicus in our lower dantian, the lower jiao area. That is our central core of energy. And today we're going to focus on doing some really gentle exercises, but fun and feel good exercises that tune up or tonify our lower dantian area. Okay, let's turn just a little bit faster, keeping a slight hip motion in there. Let our arms come up over our lung area, about halfway up in the back. Feel that chi moving. And we'll bring it up to our shoulders. Keep our back straight in that central channel, the Chongmai, straight between heaven and the earth. Now, slowly slow it down. Good, survivors. This is one of my most popular warm-up exercises to do as an aortic dissection survivor. It's gentle, it's easy on my body, and it gets the chi flowing. Okay, come back to center and let your arms just hang by your side. Feel the chi moving through your body. Notice how your arms and your hands feel. Good, let's take a couple of belly breaths and we'll move into the next warm-up exercises. We're going to do some really gentle shoulder width apart feet knee circles. I like to squat down just a little bit and put my hands on my knees or above the knees. You don't have to go too low. 70% is a good number for pushing the limits. And we're circling our knees clockwise. Let's change directions and come back counterclockwise. This can be a difficult move for survivors just coming out of surgery. However, I like to start small and work my way up. As you strengthen your knees and your leg muscles and your thighs, you can drop down just a little bit lower, but keep that circular motion going. Okay, come back to center. Let your arms hang by your side. And again, notice how your body feels. We'll continue the hip circles by putting your hands over your kidneys. While your hands are there, before we start doing some more hip circles, we're going to say, thank you, kidneys, for all you do. Thank you, kidneys. I love you, kidneys. Now, today we are going to incorporate spirals and circles into our movements. They're a fascinating geometric pattern that I absolutely love to integrate into my exercise movements. As we have our hands over our kidneys, let's slowly circle our waist, trying to work out any kinks or sticky spots. You don't have to push out too far or too far back or too far in the front, but give it a good circle motion in a manner that feels comfortable to you. Good. Keeping the hips from locking up is so very important for us. Helps us get up out of our chair. And if we find ourselves on the floor, helps us get up off the floor. Let's change directions. Good. Feel that chi flow. Hip circles will not only open up your sacral area, your hip area, but also really stimulate the chi flow through the renmai and the dumai up the spine and then down back the front of the body. Also opens up the gallbladder and liver meridians that run up and down the sides of the body. Excellent. All right, let's put a little bit more motion into the hip circles. Don't press too hard. 70%. Change directions. Come back to center. That can be a workout, but hip circles are a dynamic way to get the chi flowing through your lower dantian and your core. So now let's move into swaying our hips from side to side. We'll keep our toes pointing forward and gently move our hips left to right, keeping our spine straight, our central channel open, our chong mai, trying to keep our hip spirals smooth, avoiding any catches or rough spots. Again, this does a lot of benefit for opening up our hips, getting the spinal fluid to flow through our spine, strengthening our thighs, and opening the meridians. Our stomach and bladder meridian have a lot of points traversing our sacral area, the lower dantian area. Okay, now let's keep those hips going from side to side, and we're going to slowly shake out any tension that we've had build up over this last week. You can squat down just a little bit with the knees as you move from side to side. I like to start shaking with my fingers and my wrists, then moving up to my elbows and my shoulders. This move is called Shake the Tree and is really good for releasing stagnation in our body and stress that we have built up in our liver and our heart over the week. To shake it all out, you can brush down the arms, get that old stagnation, the worry out of our body. Shake, shake, shake. Keep your hips moving from side to side and shake that chi out. Maybe even give it a little bit of a turn to the right, turn to the left, almost like you're doing some ecstatic dancing. Just feel that chi flowing. This is a great exercise and movement to do after a nap when you wake up. I used to try to get out of my lounge chair after my surgeries, and it was so difficult sometimes. But if I stand there and gently move, shake, move my hips and shake, it's so much easier. Now come back to center and let your arms hang by your side. Work on those lower Dantian breaths and notice the chi flowing through your fingers right now. Notice how your body feels. Okay, let's put our hands together in a prayer stance and slowly start moving those hips again, spiraling almost in a figure eight, side to side, spiraling side to side. Now we will slowly push our hands out as our hips move, like we are parting clouds. Pull our palms back. We're moving through the clouds of uncertainty, and we're separating the clouds while we move from side to side, combining spirals of the arms and spirals of the hips. Belly breathing. Okay, come back to center with your palms by your side, keeping those hips slowly moving from left to right and right to left. Shoulders back, spine straight, head as if it were being held by a string from the heavens, feet planted firmly in the ground. Bring your hands back to prayer stance, and we are going to play with the dragon a little bit as we move our hips from side to side. I really like spirals and how they affect the liver. My teacher, Marissa, she has several really great dragon flowing movements that incorporate spirals. And she teaches us how those spirals can really move the blood and chi in the liver. So we're going to start by gently, we have a sleeping dragon, gently awaking the sleeping dragon by moving our hands with our hips from side to side. Hello, dragon. It's time to wake up from that nap. Smile on our face. Imagine that dragon. Breathe in through our belly. Belly expands on the inhale. Belly contracts on the exhale. Put some good movement and flow, survivors, into that dragon as that dragon slowly, gently is rocking from side to side. You can do this stance, feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, even out to a horse stance. Side to side, feel the chi flowing in spirals through your body, up through your liver. Now, that dragon wants to go outside and take a swim in the pool. That's what I usually do after my nap. So We're going to keep our prayer hands down into the lower Dantian area and move them in a figure eight as the dragon dives down into the pool, swimming through the water, breaking the surface, slapping the water with its tail. Feel those spirals flow through your body, loosening any stagnation, assisting the chi and blood to flow from your lower dantian up to your arms, down to your feet, into your head. Now, that dragon's going to come up and fly through the air to shake off that water from the pool. Bring your dragon, your prayer hands up, and watch the dragon reach for the sky with its wings, bringing the tail behind it, up higher and higher, flying through the air, having come out of the water, the yin of the earth, reaching for the heavens, the yang of the cosmos. Now slowly bring your dragon back to center, survivors. I love this dragon flow. It's great to do any time of the day, but especially effective for me to get my chi going and to wake myself up. Bring our hands back over our heart, our prayer hands, and let's think about our heart. The Shin spirit resides in our heart, and the fire of the dragon can empower us with our emotions and give us energy and move our heart chi throughout the day. Slowly wind the hip movement down and bring your hands to Bao Chi, palms facing up. Okay, survivor, we have stirred up a lot of yin earth and yang cosmic fire. We're going to balance that water and fire. With this flow, I call fire and water interact. So palms up, we will bring the yin earth energy up to our chest, reverse our palms, and let them flow down, bringing the cosmic fire from heaven down into the earth. Palms face up, bring up yin, earth, water energy. Palms face down, dropping the fire, balancing yin and yang. Fire and water interact. This is another movement that my Yochi Qigong teacher has taught that I absolutely love. There's a couple of ways to balance fire and water, yin and yang. Yin rising, the yang falling. I also like to have my arms straight out. Yin rises, water rises, fire falls. Yin rises, fire falls. This, this movement is especially relaxing for me. Water rises, yin rises, yang, fire falls. If you ever get in a stressful situation, you can keep your knees slightly bent, rise as yin rises, squat a little as yang falls. Yin rises, yang falls. Chi rises, chi falls. Fire and water interact. Okay, finally, the last flow we're going to do today, survivors, is we're going to move some chi, come back to Bao Chi, in six directions like we did last week. So palms up. On the exhale, chi flows out. On the inhale, chi flows in. On the exhale, Qi expands, arms T-shape outside the side. Drop the arms down, gathering Qi. Qi rises. Qi flows out. Qi flows in. Qi flows up. Qi rises. Qi falls and disperses. Squat down, gather Qi. The beauty of expanding Qi in many directions is that you can move Qi how your body best tells you to move it in the directions that it needs to go. Qi flows out, Qi flows in, Qi expands, Qi contracts, Qi rises. Press the heavens up, just like we do in Bhagwan Gene. Sage holds up the heavens. Qi falls back down. This transition back into fire and water interact. You can build just a magnificent Qigong flow by moving Qi in many directions. Qi rises, Qi falls. Yin, water rises, Yang, fire falls. It's a great way to balance yin and yang in your body. Great way to get the Qi flowing through your body. Qi expands, Qi contracts. Again, Qi rises, Qi disperses. Let's gather earthly Qi and bring it up into our body and hold it, pressing it into our lower dantian, making a diamond mudra, thumbs over just below the umbilicus and middle fingers touching the pelvic bone. Pressing that Qi into our lower jiao, our lower dantian, storing that, bringing our thumbs together, the webbing interlocking, and then slowly, circular motion, massage and press the Qi into our sea of Qi. Let's take 2 deep belly breaths. On the inhale, belly expands. On the exhale, belly contracts. Last time we're going to let our sides expand and our kidneys expand also. On the inhale, lower dantian expands. On the exhale, contracts back towards the spine. Now bring your feet together with your hands over your lower dantian and begin to sway like a bamboo sways in the wind. Let the Qi just flow where it needs to go, back and forth. Maybe put a little bit of that hip movement in. Be flexible like the bamboo. Come back to center. And thank you so much, survivors, for this wonderful opportunity to move Qi today throughout our body. It's been some very gentle movements, and I hope you can benefit from those. And remember, throughout the week, if you want to move Qi by yourself, you don't need a definite pattern. You can just Qi flows out, Qi flows in, Qi expands, Qi contracts, Qi rises, and Qi falls. Put your own movements and your own flows together and move that Qi. Thanks again so much to Aortic Hope for all they do and for Josh and Karen. And we will see you again next week. And as always, survivors, carry on and may you be blessed and filled with Qi.